viciously unfair, but still they were disposed to criticize you other straight, and that ones should learn the art of living well before one threatens other men with help. Adam, you are too intelligent, I'm sure, to think of my motives anything but pure. In offering you this counsel, which I do, out of zealous interest in you.
I did not hope for gratitude, but I did not expect such acid a reply. I judge, since you've been so extremely taught, my good counsel pierced you to the heart.
Far from it, madame. It seems to me we ought to trade advice more frequently. One's vision of oneself is often so defective that I think it would be an excellent corrective. If you are willing, madame, let's arrange shortly to have another frank exchange, in which we'll tell each other enseigne what you heard tell me and I you.
Oh, it's not you they criticize, my dear. It's me they criticize, or so I hear.
Madam, I think we neither blame or praise according to our taste and length of days. There is a time of life for prudery, and I'm sure there's a season too. When all one's charms are gone, it is, I'm sure, good strategy to take the road you've taken, but time brings all things, and I have time of plenty and see no cause to be a prude at 20.
You give your age in such a gloating tone that one would think I was an ancient crone. We're not too far apart in sober truth that you can mock me with boast of youth. You baffle me, madam. I wish I knew what moves you to provoke me as you do.
For my part, madame, I should like to know why it is that you abuse me everywhere I go. Is it my fault that your hand is not, alas, in very great demand? If what you want is lovers, please, feel free to take as many as you can from me.
Oh, come! Do you think the world is losing sleep over the flock of lovers for which you keep? Or we find it difficult to guess what price you pay for their devotedness? Surely you didn't think mere merit could presuppose mere merit could attract so many beaux. It's not your virtue that dazzled by, nor is it your virtuous love for which they sigh. You're fooling no one, madam. The world is not blind. And then don't be so puffed up about your tawdry little victories, and try to be a shade less vain and treat the world with somewhat less disdain. If one were envious of your amours, one could soon have a following like yours. Great lovers are not hard to select if one prefers to one's self-respect.
Collect